myyearbook.com, which is a social network for meeting new people. I got the idea for my yearbook by flipping through a high school yearbook with my brother Dave. We were new to high school and we thought yearbooks were a terrible tool for meeting new people, and we could create a better one ourselves by putting it online. As a teenager in high school, it was definitely difficult being able to balance my yearbook with everything else that I would want to do. So hanging out with friends, going to movies, even rites of passage like prom. At times there were some sacrifices, like I really wanted to be in some different extracurriculars at school, but I wasn't able to do any of them because I was too busy. But at the same time, there are other things that I just made sure to make a priority, like going to prom. You just have to set your priorities, and for me, my yearbook was always first, and your company should be first, but you still have to, do well in school and make your parents happy and, keep up your social friends. The absolutely most important thing in creating my yearbook would be our team. It's so hard to, you don't want to go it alone. You want a group of supportive people around you that know what they're doing and that you trust and that you can work with, because without your team, your company is nothing. The team and the culture is what really makes a business be a success. When we got our first 1 million members, that's when we really realized that it couldn't be just the 3 of us anymore, because it was just, the site was too big, there was way too much to do, and we had to focus on the creative side and making new features, and so we needed developers to be able to code them. So we decided to open up an office. In our first year, we hired about 19 people, and now we're still in the same office complex, and we have more than 100 people here. I think the culture of my yearbook, with it starting as a very family business with me and my brothers, and how we are in a very small town that's kind of quaint and cute, has really helped us maintain the family atmosphere throughout the entire culture of the company. And so we end up being very closely knit and being able to attract people that want to be in that kind of supportive atmosphere. When we were first starting out, you do everything as the answer. You're the people picking out the furniture for the office. So my brothers and I all went to a trip to IKEA. And then when we were interviewing people to actually start working here, what was funny was we only had a foldable table. We're sitting on cheap chairs, just sitting around the table with laptops out. There was no furniture anywhere else in the office because we had just opened that office that week. And so we joked that when, as we were hiring our first developers, part of their first task was to build their desk. We'd give them the IKEA box and say, okay, put it where you want it to be. It's time to get to work. When you're first starting out a company, I feel like advice is very hard to come by. So you have to be able to seek it out and really ask people for advice. You shouldn't assume that you already know everything because you have the idea. No, a huge part of creating a successful company is being able to know what you don't know and then figuring it out along the way.